So guys, in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you mistakes you should avoid in your workplace. I learned this the hard way, like the very hard and painful way. And that is why I'm bringing it up to you guys to learn from my mistakes. Number one thing you should never do in your workplace, don't contribute to negative discussion. Sometimes people will bring discussions about what is happening in your workplace, how this boss did this or that boss did that, or who did this and that. You get all those gossip topics going about in the workplace. It can be very tempting to give your contribution, to say, okay, I also have a similar experience. This is how I was affected. It's very, very tempting to do that. But in most cases, what you say will be used against you. They were the one that introduced the topic to you. They will go ahead to record what you said and quote you. Any discussion that has to do with how poor the company is functioning, how the management are not doing efficiently well, what the co-workers are doing, their personal life, their relationships here and there, it shouldn't be your business. Avoid contributing to such discussion because you are likely to be misquoted. Your words are likely to be used against you. The second thing you have no choice but to avoid, because guys, you're going to regret it. Just like I mentioned, I learned this the hard way. I've made the mistake, I've learned my lesson, I've moved on. So if you are in my shoe that in one way or the other you have learned in the hard way, congratulations to us, we move. So the second thing you definitely will want to avoid sharing your personal life with co-workers. A lot of people like to penetrate you. They find a way to manipulate and enter into your personal life. You relax feeling that, oh, she's just being kind, he's just being intentional, he's being understanding, he or she is just being caring. You be carried away, not knowing that they are looking for weaklings to attack you. They are looking for ways to prey on you. It's only when people know about you, know information, some vital information, some sensitive information they can use against you. That is when they will prey on you because they have that information as a weakness against you. The third thing you might want to also avoid is sheer misunderstanding you have with co-workers with others. For example, you have a misunderstanding with A, then you go to B and say, look at what A did to me, look at what happened, look at what happened. In some cases, B might go to A and say, this person said this against you. And before you know it, start getting sidelined, ignored, neglected, disregarded, not knowing that it was all these toxic statements being said behind your back that is affecting you. The fourth thing you might want to avoid is telling your present boss of the negative experience you had with your previous boss. Whether this is in the same company or in a different company, don't ever share the negative experience or the abuse you had from a previous boss to a present boss. Maybe in the initial stage of working with this your boss, he or she seemed to be so kind, so accommodating. Don't lose guard. Don't use that as a leverage to open yourself up, especially of an abuse you had with your previous boss. Because most times, this information will only enable the abuser. If your boss happens to be an abuser, in the long run, he or she will use this information against you. He or she will feel that since the previous boss was able to get away with these toxic traits against you or toxic behavior towards you, he will definitely get away with it. The fifth thing you should definitely avoid sharing your plans or expectations with coworkers. You might want to keep those information from them because you don't know the extent they can go to terminate whatever is going to give you joy, to terminate that your expectation, that satisfaction. You don't know the extent they can go. Workplace is a kind of competitive environment, and that is why it's not very advisable to make friends in a workplace. Co-workers are your colleagues and it should remain at that. In some cases, you can actually have genuine friends from workplace. One of the best friends I have, it was in my workplace I met her and we have been friends ever since then. So you can actually make genuine friends from workplace, but the chances are minimal. So guys, I wouldn't want you to make the same mistake I made. Just like I said earlier, I learned in the hard way. I learned in a painful way. That is life. We learn, we unlearn, and we relearn. So to avoid making such mistakes that I made, you might want to avoid these 5 things I just stated out. You're not doing this to make people like you. You're just doing this for your mental and emotional health. If you found this video interesting and helpful, please leave a comment below, subscribe to my channels, hit like, and hit the notification bell. Okay guys, bye.